everybody, Dawn to Dusk here. Enjoying a beautiful day here in Central Florida. And today I want to talk about gear. You know, lately I've been feeling I break the golden rule down here by riding in shirt sleeves, as you can see, short sleeves. And I've been feeling the conviction more and more to try to get myself into some kind of a riding jacket, a lightweight mesh summertime jacket, because it does get extremely hot. I mean, I'm in Central Florida, and you know, anyone who's been down here, anyone who's experienced Central Florida summers knows that it can get extremely uncomfortable down here. Especially in July and August, the temperatures soar and the humidity is extremely high. And it gets extremely uncomfortable. This is a typical Florida driver, just what we were talking about. Right here. Braking, nothing here to brake for, miss, nothing here. But I know that the protection is important, and I kind of feel as though I've gotten away without it for a long time. But you know, every time you're on a motorcycle, you're playing the odds. And I can't help but feel as though it would be a good idea to get myself into something that offers some padding, and some Kevlar. But I really don't know if it's tolerable when the weather turns nasty. You know, when I used to ride a sport bike, I would gear up completely. I would wear the jacket. I would wear the full face helmet, jeans, not necessarily Kevlar jeans, but jeans all the time. I actually never rode without my gear, even on the hottest of days. I was geared up. You know, I can even remember people pulling up to me, next to me in cars, and saying, "Aren't you hot in that jacket?" And I would say, well, yes, I am, but you know what? I would rather sweat than bleed. And for whatever reason, you know, with cruiser culture, if we can call it that, even though the roads are just as dangerous, and even though there's just as much potential for injury, we don't seem to feel a need to gear up as much. It's just kind of part of the being cool thing, you know. It's a lot of us ride around with no helmets, no gloves, no body protection, as if because we're on a cruiser, which is not associated as a high-speed bike, were immune from injury. And of course, nothing could be further from the truth. And I mean, that's why I opt to wear a modular helmet. I feel better being full-faced. But I do drop the ball with the, having short sleeves on. Quite sure, the vultures. Quite sure short sleeves would not feel good on that blacktop. If, God forbid, I were to go down. So I'm trying to talk myself this year into investing in a jacket that has some elbow padding and something lightweight mesh, and I don't know. I mean, if I could do it on a sport bike, typical Florida driver, no signal. Well, signal when you get to the intersection. That's always a good move. If I could put up with it while I was, on a sport bike, then I don't see any good reason why I shouldn't be able to put up with it on a cruiser. Will I get pointed at and laughed at? Yeah, probably, because that's kind of the, you're not cool if you're protecting yourself down here. But hey, like Mickey Rourke said in Angel Heart, I ain't from around here. Awful lot of yard sales. We're actually having one on the 18th, but we're doing it for a fundraiser, and all the proceeds will be donated to a good cause. And so who knows, maybe I will start a trend. Maybe by me suiting up, my big bulky modular helmet, and zipping a jacket on. Maybe others will follow, who knows? It has to start somewhere, right? I've noticed that on the West Coast, full helmets have become trendy. I've been seeing that. Seems like I see a lot of the kind of bikers you'd associate with beanie helmets have now gone full face, and I have to think, because I'm no stranger to those type of guys, that is more about fashion than it is about a lack of bravado, the fact that they've gone to full-faced. I see a lot of them wearing these helmets that look kind of like, looks almost like an astronaut helmet. Actually kind of strange looking. But hey, like I said, someone has to start the trend. And others will follow, and who knows? Florida is a little behind the times as far as trends go. Things that were trendy in New York usually take about 5 to 8 years to become trendy down here. So California, I'm figuring we have to double that time. So maybe in about 20 years, my modular will be considered groovy. But I like the protection of a modular. I like the, and sometimes I kind of wonder if it isn't a false sense of security, having your face covered. But you know what? I've seen plenty of pictures, kind of can't help but see them, of facial injuries while wearing half helmets, and they are just horrific. When you, or if you have the misfortune of impacting something solid on a motorcycle, pretty much no matter how you slice or dice it, you are going to go hurling at that object face first. And where face meets steel, or stone or tree, face usually doesn't fare well. So I would rather this polycarbonate chin bar absorb the impact of such a scenario than flesh and bone, at least my flesh and bone. And so I wear it. And yes, you know, it's hotter than a half helmet is. There's no sense in trying to deny that, because I have seen the opposite extreme. I've seen people who wear them and say, oh no, it's not much different than wearing a beanie helmet or a half helmet, or even a 3/4 helmet for that matter. And that's just not true. It is much different. Chin bar sits very close to the mouth, so when you breathe, you have the heat from your own breath coming back onto your face. The padding is warm, but you know what? That's the lesser inconvenience to deal with in the event of a collision. So I'm going to stick to my modular. And this one's pretty cool. I mean, I have built-in Bluetooth and got it synced up to my phone so I can listen to music, which of course can present a whole other slew of unsafe conditions, but I keep the music relatively low. And it's nice being able to take calls. And then there's also the intercom feature, which can be synced up to other Bluetooth devices, Bluetooth helmets. My wife has one. We have matching helmets, and she is actually getting ready to take her course, her basic what is it? Basic safety rider's course. It'll be nice once we get her out on the bike to be able to communicate with her. Group rides can be lonely in their own way. They're a lot more fun when everybody is able to kind of chat and share their experience. And we do group ride a lot. So that's it for today. Almost home and enjoying my ride. This is Dawn to Dusk. Signing out for now. Bye-bye.